Okay, so I welcome you to the week 10 of the live sessions for the course Engineering Graphics and Design conducted by NPTEL. The course instructors for this course are Professor Dr. Sunil Kale and Professor Dr. Naresh Datla from IIT Delhi. So again, introducing myself, I am Vikram Balaji, a research scholar from the Department of Mechanical Engineering from IIT Madras. So before going into the session, so we'll just see what we learnt in the previous session. So in the previous session, we saw about some part modeling commands. So like how to use the Loft command, Revolve command and pattern command especially. So these are part of the part module of the Autodesk Inventor. And then we saw some examples of pertaining to these commands. So similarly, this week also, we will be seeing some commands related to the Autodesk Inventor, and we will solve some sample problems that will illustrate on how to use these commands. So now we will go directly into the session. Okay, so we have a problem here. So we have to create a part model of the paper clip by sweeping a 2.5 mm diameter circle along the path displayed. So this is a paper clip which we regularly use to bind some papers together. So this is the path which is shown, and we have a 2.5 mm diameter circle. We need to sweep along this path to create this paper clip. So now we will now proceed to Autodesk Inventor and see how we can do this problem. So here Autodesk Inventor. So I will create a new model. So I have to select the standard part. So I give the create. So it is loading. So I think it is now come. So meanwhile, we will see this thing. So for example, we will see how to trace this path. So we are going to start from this point. So this will be our origin. So from here we draw this arc, then draw the straight line, and again we draw this arc, then again the straight line, then draw another arc and draw the straight line. So that is how we are going to. So this will be our origin. So we will sketch it in the XY base plane. So we will start the sketch. We will start in this XZ plane, which is the base plane. So I rotate it so that it is now straight. So now what I first do is, from this is the origin, I have to sketch a arc. So it is going to be a center point, arc center point. So first I am going to select the center of this arc. Then I am going to select this one end point. I am going to draw this leg on the end. Okay. So now what is the dimension? So this dimension is R16. So it is a radius of 16. So it's I'm going to give 16. So now so it is now constrained. Now further what I should do is I should create a line of this length. So this length, you can say that it is 140 minus this 40. So this length will be 100 mm. So I'm going to just create a line of length 100 mm. So I'm going to give. So now this line is also constrained. this some echo is coming, so please see to that it is present. Okay, from this point now we are going to trace another arc. So this is R18. So again 3-point arc center. So I'm going to start from here, draw here and complete this arc. So this is going to be R18, and now I'm going to create this as vertical. So now this is also constraint. From here now we have to draw up to straight line up to here. This is this length of 140. So from here I draw a length of 140. Okay. Oh, so from here to here I have drawn the 140. Now I have to draw the R20. Again the arc I am going to choose. I am going to center one end, another end. So now I am going to give the dimension of R20. Yes, it is R20. So it's already 20. Now if I give this tangent constraint, it will now fully constrain. So from here now I am going to give 40 plus 60, 100. So line just measure 100 mm. Okay, make this horizontal. Okay, please consider all axes, just have to make tangents. Okay, now the sketch is finished. So this is my sketch. Now I have to start giving the profile. The path is ready. Now profile is a 2.5 mm dia circle. So I can start at any point. I can start at here, this point or this point. So what I am going to do, I am going to create a normal to curve at a point, a plane which is normal to this curve, and I select this point. I get this working plane. So I am now going to sketch the circle in this plane. So just I am going to do isometric. I am going to select the construction and project this line so that I get this point. So now I got the point. So I create a circle, select this point, diameter of 2.5. So now the circle is also constrained. I exit. Now I am going to give the sweep command. So the profile is already selected. I just select the path. So I select this. So you see that the thing has already come. Okay, I missed this line I think. So I should go to sketch and now I add a line of 60 mm. So now I realize that. Okay, no problem. So I just go to the sketch. I just add this line from here to 60. So yes, so now sketch is finished. I now give the sweep command, select this. So now you see that the entire thing is selected. So give OK. So now we got this clip. So work plane I remove the visibility. So this is now you can see that there are some edges and some things are there. So if you go to view and you select the visual style, so if you select realistic, you can see that these edges have now disappeared. Now we got a smooth object. So this is our clip. So this clip is what we use generally to hold some papers together. So this model is over. Now I'm going to save it. So I'll create a new folder saying week 10. So go inside, I'll save it as part 1. Okay, so this thing is done. So we have modeled it. So how again summary is, we have to just trace the sketch with drawing the lines and the arcs one by one, and finally at either this start point or the end point, you can insert a plane which is normal to the sketch and passing through this point. There you can draw the profile, that is a 2.5 mm dia circle, and just you can sweep it along this curve. So you get the paper clip. So we will go to the next thing. So now we have a exercise based on a spline. So last object, I hope there is no doubt. So is there any doubt in the previous object? So how we did the...
It's clear, sir.
Okay, thanks. Okay. So now we are going to see the spline. So spline based command. So this is a diagram of a doctor's tool. So in sometimes if you have gone to the clinic or any hospital, so sometimes this kind of stools you might have seen. So it does not have any back support. So it is just like a normal stool which has a central this thing support, and we have some legs. So these legs, they are 6 legs in number. So each leg, it is following some spline equation. So the spline curve can be obtained by using these following equations starting at the point a 0, 0. So this is our 0, 0. So here only our axis starts, and this point is our 0, 0. So now we are going to trace how this spline. So this spline is actually a control vertex kind of spline. So control vertex means when you start these points, suppose you have like this. So you have 4 points means, so from the starting to the end, the spline will only pass through these end points. So something you will get like this. So you will get a spline which is now controlled by these control vertices. So the dimensions of these control vertices, the coordinates, so now we are going to get from these equations. So I will erase this one. So now we are going to see what is the vertices. So from 0, 0, the first thing is for 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 10. So y value is 0. So up to x is equal to 10. So from this point, so next is, this is our 0, 0. So next is, we are going to go for 10, 0. Since here up to x is 10 value, your y is 0. So 10, 0. So then we have y is equal to minus x plus 10. So x ranges from 10 to 20. So at x is equal to 10, if you substitute here minus 10 plus 10, y becomes 0. That is this point. If you subject x equal to 20, you will get minus 20 plus 10, which is equal to minus 10. So here you are going to get 1 point. So 20, minus 10. This is the first point. This is the second point. This is the third point. So next, x is equal to 20 up to y is equal to minus 60. So you are going to get the fourth point here, 20, minus 60. So next, y is equal to minus 60 for 20 to x to 50. So if I slightly move this, so here I am going to get the another point, which is going to be 50, minus 60. and last x is equal to 50 for 60 less than greater than y, minus 60 to minus 90. So here we are going to get 50 comma minus 90. So this is going to be the thing. So if you join this together, so our spline is going to follow, it is going to connect this first point and last point such that it passes through something like this. So these points are going to be the control vertices. So this is the spline. So up to this, any doubt is there? So how we are going to get the spline? So just follow the equation. So for up from 1 to 2, you can see that y is equal to 0. So if I select another color, say green, so this is going to be my x-axis, this is going to be my y-axis. So here you can see y is equal to 0, so this will be your negative y. So all your y values are negative in this case, so minus y. So here we got first one line, then we got another line, that is y is equal to minus x plus 10, then we got x is equal to 20 line, then we got y is equal to minus 60 line, and then we got x is equal to 50 line. So this is how we got the control vertices, and through this we got the spline. Okay, so any doubt in how we got this spline? So is there any doubt in this, how we generating the spline? Okay, so if there is no doubt, now we will go to the inventor, we will draw this spline now. So I am going to go to home, select another new, and I am going to create a standard mm. So now I am going to start the sketch. I am going to draw in the vertical plane xy. So remember, this is our first this one point. So what first we will do, we will first insert some points. So okay, so first here one point, here one point, here one point, here one point, here one point. Total 5 points I have inserted. So I am going to dimension each point. So from this point to this point, the value is 10, and I am going to make this horizontal. Okay, so now that is constraint. So now this I am going to dimension, this is going to be from this point to this point going to be 20, and from this point to this point is going to be 10. So this we have got the 20 comma minus 10. So we enter the first point, second point, now we enter the third point. So we have got the third point also. Now fourth point, we have to first make it in a collinear. So first we have to make this and this in a collinear fashion, and we have to give 20 comma minus 60. So minus 60 means from this origin to this value we are going to get a 60. So I will just zoom out. So now you can see that this point is here, and now we have another point. So first of all, now this point and this point you have to make it in the same line, so that I ensured by the horizontal constraint. And now this is 50. So this dimension to this is a 50. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So another point is there, I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, from another point I should insert By this point I will insert here. So how I am going to dimension this point to this origin? The height is going to be 90, and I am going to make it as a vertical with this. So now I made sure I have modeled all the points. Now I am going to create a spline by control vertex. So this is my first point, second point, third point, fourth point, fifth point, sixth point. So now I have created the spline. So this is the equation that we follow. So this was the equation we follow. So that's the thing. So we got the spline. So what we are going to do with this spline? So this will be our path for sweeping a circle. What is that circle? Circle of dia 5. So again I am going to insert a plane. So I will finish the sketch first. So sketch is finished. Now I am going to insert a plane normal to the curve at a point. So I am going to insert to normal to this curve at this point. So now I am going to sketch in this plane. First I am going to select the construction and project this curve. So we get this point. So now I am going to select a circle at this point, dia 5, exit, finish the sketch. So now I am going to sweep. So already it recognizes the profile and the path also. So you are just going to give the OK. So we got the leg. So if we select the front view, you can see the leg is like this. So it's the home view, so we can view. So now what I am going to do, I am going to make a circular pattern so that I get 6 legs. So now I am going to select the circular pattern. The feature is this sweep. Rotation axis is the y axis. So I go to the origin, select the y axis. So you can see that splines are now copied. So I am going to placement of 6, 360 degree, give the OK. So we got this leg portions we have finished. So now what we have to do, we have to now from this point at a height of 130, we have to select another plane and draw this stool base, the seating arrangement. So I am going to offset from this plane the height of 130, minus 130. So here I am going to do. So I am going to select this sketch, this plane. So first of all I can select this plane. So now like this. Okay. To this point. So what should I do now? I have to now create this stool. So I am going to, what is the diameter of this? It is going to be dia 80. Dia 80. go to draw a circle. So it's already okay. So now extrude. What is the extrusion height? 10 mm. Yes, so it has detected the sketch and is given 10 mm. So I just select OK. So now I am going to give the fillet. Select edge. So I am going to select this top edge. So it is filleting 2 mm. So that fillet I have done. So now what I have to do, here inside I have to create a small depression. The depression, that the diameter of the depression is 74 and it is a going up to depth of 4 mm. So this depth will be 4 mm deep. So I am going to again create a sketch in this circle. So to make sure that these legs are now not visible, I can create this slice graphics. So you can press F7. So now the leg will go and we are now going to see only the view of the sketch plane. So now I am creating a circle. It should be of diameter 74. Okay, finish the sketch. Again extrude. I am going to create the cut, depth of 4 mm. Do OK. So now you can see that the depth depression has been modeled. So next I am going to create a holes. So first I am going to draw a PCD circle. So first I am going to begin the sketch in this plane. Now I draw a construction circle of PCD 50. So it is a construction circle, 50 dia, and now I am going to draw a circle at this point. What is the circle diameter? Should be dia 5. Dia 5 is the diameter of the hole. So again give this dimension, it's 25. Now it gives the vertical. Okay, so now this is sketch is finished. Now I am going to create a hole by extruding the cut. So it should be to next. So if I give to next, automatically it is selecting the 6 mm. So we will see whether it is correct. So in the 10, if the 4 is gone, so remaining is 6 mm. So it is correct. So I guess give OK. So it has given the hole. So you can see, you are able to see through. So that means hole has created. So now I am going to again make a circular pattern of this hole. It's like the extrusion. Rotation axis will be axis of this tool. Once again I am going to select this rectangle circular pattern. Feature is the extrusion 3. Axis is the, I have to select y axis. Yes, so now you can see the number is 8 holes. So 8 holes I have to give, or 360 degree. So you can see they are all now. Okay. So we got the holes also. Now what we have to do, final one more last step is there. You have to create this vertical stem that is of diameter, you can say 7. It is not clear, but you can approximately you can see it is dia 7, it is given. Okay, so now we are going to create a sketch in this plane. Again I am going to create the slice. So now create a diameter of 7. Finish the sketch. Now I am going to extrude. To what height I have to extrude? I have to extrude up to this. If I give to next, let us see what it is taking. So it is automatically, you can see it is detecting the this junction. So automatically detecting the junction. So I give the OK. So now our stool is ready. So I have to just remove the visibility of these two working planes, and I also go to this view and the visual style I give realistic. So suppose if you want to change the color also, you can go to here. So here you can see this is the material and here is the appearance. So you can go to appearance, you can change the color also. So for example, can give dark brown, can give gold, can give some gunmetal. So let us see what this is. So it's changing to black. Maybe we'll keep some steel. Steel, polished steel, maybe you can keep. Okay. So now we'll save this part 2. So now we just saw how to create a part based on the spline. So we have finished this. So now our next. So any doubt in this solid? How to do this solid? So from the generating the spline to getting the leg, then creating the stool base and then the vertical stem. So any doubt? I hope this is clear. So we'll go to next solid. So now we have this another part model. So maybe before doing this, we will see one exercise based on this thing, Revolve Cut. So before this, or we can do this first and then we go to the next. So we see that there is some kind of a bracket object is there. We will see how to model this. So first we go to Autodesk Inventor, go to Home, create a new. So we start the sketch from the base plane. So I am going to get 50 by 60. Select a rectangle. 50, 60. Finish the sketch. Extrude it up to height of 8. I'm going to create 4 fillets. So if you see this fillet, here total length is 50 and this hole to hole is 30. So whatever is remaining, you can say 20 mm, that divided by 2 will be 10. So this radius will be R10. So 4 fillet I am going to create. 8, 4, 1, sorry, it should be 10. 10, 10, 10, 10. Okay. Fill it done. Now I'm going to create 4 holes. So this hole is nothing but, you can see that it is a counter bore hole. Counter bore. So normal hole means it will be of a constant diameter. So like this. However, for counter bore, this is normal. It will be like this. So here see, it's a counter bore hole. So we are going to generate a hole. So here there's option. So you can see here counter bore is there. So you can place on this. Click this. So for counter bore, your upper diameter is 10 mm and lower diameter is 6 mm. This is 10. This is 6. What about the counter boring depth? It is 3 mm. So this is 10. Dia 10. This is dia 6. And this one 3 mm. Okay. So now we are selecting the through all. So we give the OK. So we'll see now. Okay. I think the counter bore was not done. So we'll see again. Go to that hole. So we selected counter bore 10, 3. Okay, 3 mm. Yes. Okay, now the counter bore has been done. So now I have to copy this 4. So I create a rectangular pattern. Feature this hole. First direction. I flip the direction. Second direction. Downward. The spacing should be 30 mm in the first direction and 40 mm in the second direction. 30, 40. Click OK. So I have just got the hole also. So now I have got the base. Now I have to create this cylinder. So this cylinder, if you see, it is from this base, it is 48 mm above center and it is 72 mm from this side. So I am going to create a sketch in the XY plane. So which will pass through. So circle, I am going to create. The diameter is 20. I have to dimension this point from this. Height is 48. So it has gone up. Again one more dimension. 72. So now this circle is also constrained. I am going to give extrude. So I am going to now extrude in a symmetric fashion, which means both sides I am going to extrude. So which means if it is 8 mm means 8 mm both this side and 8 mm other side. Sorry, it is 4 mm this side and 4 mm other side. So total length is 25. So 25 I am going to extrude. I got. Okay, so cylinder I created. So now we have to create this this portion. So this created and cylinder we have created. We will do the hole later. So before that we need to this support portion we need to do. So first we have to get this sketch. So for that I am going to sketch in this plane. So it is a ellipse. So that major axis of the ellipse is 45 and minor axis is 15. So I'm going to, in the circle, if you see there's ellipse, so I'm going to select a point on this line. So randomly I draw ellipse. So now if this is 45 means this is the center of the ellipse and this is the halfway line. So it is 45. You can say that this center half to this half will be 22.5, because it is 45 divided by 2, that is whole the major axis divided by 2, 22.5. So we can say that. So now I am going to project this object. Okay, so now I am going to create the dimension. Okay. Now I am going to make this horizontal. Now I have to select the minor axis. So that will be 15. So it will be 7.5. And this is going to be 7.5. Okay. So the sketch is constrained. So half major axis 22.5, half of the minor axis 22.5, and this point and this point is also 22.5. So I finish the sketch. Okay. Now what I have to do? I have to draw these two arcs. So that I am going to draw in the XY plane. In this plane, I am going to draw the two arcs. So I will slightly extend. Okay. So now I am going to project this curve. So I get this as a line, and I am also going to project this thing. So we get the line. So now I am going to draw a 3-point arc starting from. So I am going to first draw a line construction from this point to this point. So now I can select the slice graphics, so we can just see this thing. So now I am going to draw a 3-point arc. So starting from this point, with some radius. You see radius, it is 32.5. So it is coming. So from here and from here. So I am going to project this line also. So now I am going to give a tangent constraint for this and this. So now, first I have to give the vertical. Then which is 32. So from this point to this point it is coming. Okay. So if I now I'm going to make the vertical. Okay, now it is constraint 32.8. So this line I got. Now another sketch I have to create, which is this sketch. So what I did is I have to make this point coincide with this center, and this point also coincide with the base, and I give 32.5. Now I have to give 70, that is starting from here. From here I have to give 70. This is tangential to this. Okay. So now that same thing I'm going to go to the sketch. Now I'm going to create another sketch. So again 3-point arc, 1, this 2, 3. So now if I dimension, radius is 70. Again now I have to give the tangent. So this curve is tangent to this curve, so we got it. Okay. So now finish the sketch. So now we are going to do the loft command. So we select the loft, select this curve, and we are going to give the rail. This is the first second. Okay, I think no need loft, we have to go for sweep. So select this profile, and path we have to select this path. So now if you see, it is now sweeping particularly. Now to avoid this, what we have to do, we have to go to the guide, and we have to select this rail as the guide. And now if you see, it is now limiting the sweep to this guide. So if I now give OK, so now we got this support. So again, so any doubt in this? So if you see, I will now delete the sweep and I will create it again. We have this sketch and we create these two things. So now just follow again. I am giving this thing. So first I select this profile, and then I select this edge. So if I give like this, if it is normal sweep, it will go like a same shape, but instead of this I am going to give the guide. So this is going to act as my guide, and it is now created this thing. Okay, so this is the support we have created, and now you have to create this hole and this chamfer in the hole. So dia 12 hole you have to create this thing, make the coincident, through all. So going to 12 mm. Okay. So if you see now, it is now through. So suppose if I had have made the hole before and then created the support, means this you could have seen the support will come inside. So that's why I created first the support and then the hole. So I hope you understand. So now we are going to give the chamfer. Chamfer, we are going to just give the 1 mm chamfer to these edges, this edge and this edge and this edge. So we give the OK. So we give the home. So now we'll give some good view. So let's say that we are going for some metal. So now it looks nice. So we'll just save it as part 3. So we have done this part modeling. So I introduced the guided sweep. Guided sweep. So any doubt in this? So why we are using guided sweep instead of the normal sweep? So is this object clear?
Not a uniform with this one.
Huh?
Not a uniform thickness with here.
Yes. It's not a uniform width actually. So this object you are saying like any problem or is it okay? This. If you see front view, you have got it. Then if you see this view, you see that there is a reduction. It is not a uniform. So that is why it is a guide. Is it okay? Oh, you are saying that this value is instead of this thing, it is same thickness, huh? This one 15 mm. Okay. So it is now going to here. Okay, fine. Then I think we need to do is we have to go for another method. So we can use the loft. So that time you can say we can take this ellipse and we have to make one cylinder. So which will be of thickness 15. So we'll maybe try that one. So let me say I'm going to delete this chamfer. Then this hole also I'm deleting. Sketch 6. This sweep also let me delete it. Okay, we can use the loft with the rail command, I think. Try that loft command. It's not coming. Okay, maybe I can create one more sketch. Plane. You can say it is through this you can create a plane. Parallel to the plane through point. You can create a plane which is parallel to YZ and passes through this point. Okay, so in this point we can create a sketch. I think we go to this thing. Okay, so now I have to create a rectangle. So that will be 15 mm and this width also 15 mm. This circle width I think. So circle is 20, 15. Okay, project geometry. We'll product this also. So dimension will be 0. Okay, I think this square is constraint. Let us see. Okay, maybe I will give additional dimension. Projectile is the also. Okay, then dimension which is 12.5. Okay, so let me finish this. So maybe I'll try to loft. My first section, this is my second section. So now rails I am going to add. Okay, it's not creating, so maybe I have to center line area of clip rails. Okay, it is not coming, so I don't know how to check that. Okay, for now we'll have this. We'll see maybe next session how to try that. So I will delete this sketch. This work plane also I will delete. So I'll just before I just do the guided sweep. Select profile. Select rail or surfaces. Like this I get. I think we have to do the X scale. Okay. So now it is okay, right? Okay. So this was the thing. So in same thing only, we have to do the guided X scaling. So this is it did board scaling. So instead you have to do X scaling. Now instead of that thing, now we got uniformly. Okay. Now we can proceed to go for the whole. Now chamfer. Okay, now we got this thing. So now doubt is clear, right? Well, now the section is uniform, right? Any doubts now? So earlier we saw that it was like a converging. So now we saw that it is uniform section is maintained. So any doubts? Before we go to the next one, so we'll actually two more is there. Maybe we'll quickly see this one. Okay. So again, I go to home, create a new. Go to create. So first I'm going to create this object 80 and dia 6. I'm going to create. Circle dia 6. It extrude, so that full length. So now I have to create this cut. So this profile I have to create first. So this profile I am going to create in the bottom thing. Okay, slice. So you can see nothing is there. So now I am going to create a circle of dia 2 mm. Horizontal and a distance of 2.5. Again another circle, same thing I am going to create. Created. Now this big circle of diameter will be 6. This I am going to create as a construction circle. now I have to create a line. Okay, so this line, let it not be construction, so let it be normal line. So I am going to create a line from here to this circle. So dimension, first I am going to insert a point from this dimension to this dimension, 0.5, and this is going to be tangential. Okay, now this is created. Similarly here, like that you have to create in the down. Okay, point 0.5 and tangent. Okay, so now I am going to trim these extra things. Inside this also I am going to now we finish this sketch. Now I am going to revolve cut, or I am going to create a coil. I am going to create a cut, select the profiles, select axis, y axis, pitch is going to be 25 and for height 60. So now I got this thread for this drill bit. So if you see now, I am getting the thread, so this 25 and height of 60. So here now I am going to create a 45-degree again one revolve cut. Sketch XY. So I'll just like so horizontal. So vertical. Now dimension 40°, 45, and this will be of maybe meter. This will be 6. So this will be maybe from this point at this point. Let us skip 0.5. Okay. So I'm going to do the revolve cut. Revolve, profile is selected, cut, axis y axis, select OK. So if you see, this part has been done. Maybe we can slightly adjust. Instead of 0.5 we'll keep as 1. Let me see. No, is it? No. Okay. Now we got like this, or we can give 0.5 itself. Whichever is. So now we have to additionally add some some projection we have to add. So we are going to do it is 18 mm and total 10. So I'm going to sketch it here. I'm going to draw a rectangle 10 cross 1. So I'm going to project this. So I got this circle. I'm going to trim this one. This one. Okay, construction. So this arc I have to now make it center point. Same here. N1 same. Just dimension this. finish the sketch. We'll extrude it. For a height of 18. So now R2, I'm going to give fillet. So this edge, that edge, same below, so this fillet, this edge I am going to give R1. So same thing, we give some new appearance. Maybe some stainless, and view will give the realistic. Okay. So this also we save as part 4. So this also we completed. So any doubt in this? Here also we completed. So this is a revolve cut. So one last model before we end this session. So this is a shell commander. So this is, this is like a jug. So we'll quickly draw. We'll go to home, create new, create, start the sketch, vertical, so draw a line. This is a 60 mm and located 300. This dimension. So now down 45, connect, complete. Okay. So now you have to dimension. This will be 20 degree. Why 20 means? This total is 40, so this half angle will be 20. Okay. So now we finish the sketch, it is fully constrained. Now we are going to revolve this axis about its own axis. So now 60 mm fillet and 20 mm fillet in bottom. And bottom 20. Okay. So now we are going to create the shell command. Shell command. I'm going to remove the top face, and inside thickness is 8. Okay. So I have created this shell. So now I have to create this holder. So we will do that. So we are going to sketch in the XY plane. So if I now select the slice command, you can see that there is material present only in the shell. So from this we know that we have created a shell. So now let us create that thing. So this one. So this is 70 mm. This is going to be 30. So let me create a point first at this intersection. First I will project this geometry, this line. So now I am going to create a point at this interface. From this point, this is a 30. So now I have to create 135 degree. And this length, to right click, click aligned, select 100. Now this is 110 degree. So this point I move somewhere here, and samely this point also I am going to move somewhere here. So now I am going to create a profile. So why I created from inside outside means, first we will sweep up to this and later we can extrude up to the surface. So that is the idea. So I am going to create a, first I finish the sketch, I am going to create a plane, normal to curve at point, select the curve, select the point, we got the plane, start the sketch. Click the slice. This thing is 30-10 triangle. Okay, so now project geometry. Delete. I create the rectangle once again. Okay, now I got the snap. Okay, but this thing is not a construction. Finish the sketch. Now I'm going to sweep. Profile selected, select this. I click OK. So somewhat we created, but now we have to intersect with the surface. So we create extrude. And we are simply going to project these geometries. I'm going to give to next. So whether it give selected, yes. Okay. Now again I'm going to give the extrude to this. Project geometry. Just connect the lines. Finish the sketch. To next. Let's go to home view. Yes, it has now intersected. Visibility. Now I have to give the fillets. These are R3. First fillet we give to this one, R20 fillet. This one, this one, this one, this one. So let me rotate the outline. This one and this one, all are 20. So now another fillet, 3 mm. This one, this one. These are 3 mm fillets. Yes. And finally, then inside also we have to give 3 mm. Finally we got that. So I'm going to view, visual style, realistic, and maybe color I will give some other color, maybe red. This looks nice. And top also one fillet is there. Maybe 1 mm. Let's say 3. Or else better give a double fillet. This is a double fillet here. Okay, so we have created this object also. So any doubt? So we have finished the session. Yes, any doubt is there?
It's clear, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so we just quick summary. First we created sweep for the clip, then spline. On example we saw stool, then we saw this support. So here guided sweep. So the thing was, as somebody pointed out, so we have to do only the X scaling. So which means that only the scaling is done in X direction, the Y direction, the thickness is maintained. So that was why we are not initially getting, and later we got the correct object.
Sir, is there any possibility the second profile rectangle by using Loft command?
Yes, it is possible, but I actually tried that rectangle, but the rail command, it is not coming properly. The loft is coming, but we are not able to get the loft in the proper curve. So we are getting loft as a straight line. Suppose you have this ellipse over here, and you have the rectangle like this, means like a straight line we are getting the loft. We are not getting like a curve. So this curve we need, right? So that curve we can get only by sweep mostly. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. If you want, because loft is directly with two surfaces, it just creates a immediate solid just connecting the two surfaces. So that is loft. So we need guided sweep with the X scaling. So that is the procedure. So this is done. Then finally we saw how to create this drill bit using the Revolve Cut. And then we saw this shell command for making this jug. Okay. So if there are no doubts, then we can stop the session. So I will just stop the recording.